Personnel is out. Everyone's ready to get this one going. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Straight to the air they go. Caught by his fullback behind the line. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
4th down, we're going to see an incredible nickname, one of my favorites in the game, the Scotty. Oh my, they're faking it on their opening drive. And it's intercepted. The defense wasn't fooled at all. The rookie from Georgia has it. And the Saints get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
Not every fake is destined for the highlight reel, and that one's going to probably make the low light reel. They were all over that one from the start. Picked up the targets and coverage just about anywhere they threw it. An interception was possible.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Love throwing to start us off. Complete Derrick Henry. And he's brought down after a short gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
A draw now. This is Henry. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. We send a man in motion. This is Henry on 2nd. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Running once more with Henry. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. No yards on the play, and back-to-back stops forces a 4th and 3.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
4th and 3, drive on the line. Oh, quick throw here, left side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. And now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Henry does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Trying to run with Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Saints parlay the interception into points. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Trying to find his tight end. So it'll be 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Looking slant route, complete. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He finds Johnson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Has him on the quick hitter. Give him 32 on that play. And that'll give him a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Back to the well again. The ball is loose. But it bounces out of bounds, so they'll retain possession. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal. The Saints calling for a timeout, they're first. And after using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it'll be second and goal. Back now, pressure on its way. Brought in right side. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter one. Neither side separate. Time to begin the second quarter, and we'll pick up with what's already been a lengthy possession. They need the right call here. It'll be third and goal. And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown! Kicking team out to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys tie this game 7-7. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They've got a man in motion. The drive begins with Henry. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Second and 10 now. He'll get this to Henry. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, these DNs love to get after the quarterback, but the most well-rounded of them are the guys who can anchor your run defense too. Mission accomplished.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. He fires one deep down. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. They'll come out throwing. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So second down coming up. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Saints take possession down inside the 30 after the interception. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, kid. We got one, we got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
They're out and set, first and 10. We have a timeout here, second one taken by New Orleans. They're down to their final one in this half. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. Drawing down the middle with Henry. He's contained at the line for no gain. Like so many before him, he's brought down by DeForest Buckner. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Love out of the shotgun. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Henry. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
As a play caller, kid, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, and they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Love from the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Pat Surtain has it. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 16. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. 3rd and just 2 to go. Back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the 1st. They are throwing it again. Looking right, and he finds him. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 38. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Oh, man, Brock, somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they need to get 4. He's going to throw this one. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So 4th down, and out comes the field goal unit. This a 50-yard look from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. To the air with Love. That's taken in by Henry. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. The Saints call their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Quick throw left side, complete. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for 1st and goal. Henry is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take the lead just before halftime. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Airing it out on first down. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Looking to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
New set of downs for him from the 46. They'll throw on first. Throwing for the end zone. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Saints do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. The story is halfway told. Let's see what the back half has in store as we get started in the third quarter. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Man in motion here. Shotgun now for Love. This ball's cut by Pickens. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. It's a New Orleans touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints drive their lead to 11. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Working quickly here. Free play here. Let's see what he does. He's got a man left. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on first down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that sets up 2nd and 5. From the 46. Hauled in left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. Back now, pressure on its way. Finds him over the middle. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. It's 2nd and goal.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. He'll throw it yet again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the pressure drives them backwards.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Pass play coming here. This throw is caught. And they get this down to the 7-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sail that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the 1st down.
Minute 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. They send a man in motion. Love from the gun. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Love now. He has the 1st over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Putting a receiver in motion. 2nd and 8. Cut out left. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. He'll try to do it himself. And that'll be enough for the 1st as they touch him down.
It's about the simplest play in the playbook, and they execute it like it was drawn up. That push gets them the 1st down.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he'll get this down to the 23-yard line before they stop him. It's an 8-yard pickup, then they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They've got a man in motion. On 2nd down, here's Henry again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Offense up to the line fast. He's back to throw. He's got Harrison. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Now a run with Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward, and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you could come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Love now to throw. Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Saints leading by 8. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Henry's going to try to pick it up. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Saints go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. That one right down the middle. And the Saints lead by 15 now. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Dropping back to throw. Put the body on the line for his team. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the 1st. Back to throw now. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of it.
And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Saints get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Another run for Henry. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Timeout taken by the defense, their second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Running this with Henry. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Man in motion here. Play fake. It's Love. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice. Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays. Because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. And it is intercepted, but he couldn't stay in bounds. Ooh, offense catches a break there. So it's a win for the Saints. And it was their disruptive brand of football that paved the way for this victory. 4 turnovers in a game. That is going to be tough for any team to overcome. And that's exactly why they're the ones celebrating this win. At the podium now in his final act of the season, Commissioner Goodell to award the Lombardi Trophy to the New Orleans Saints, your champions of Super Bowl 59. That's it for all of us. On behalf of our crew and my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. This has been another edition of Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans.